Hey gang, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. And let's not forget, Kit. You don't have to leave. Say hi to the people. No, thank you. Okay. I guess he's not in the mood. So what are we doing today? We're going to start with an unboxing. Here's what's going on. I realized, well, before I tell you everything that's going on, I'll tell you this is for the bathroom. But before we get to that part, I want to thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. And remind you that if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. If you think you have, double check to make sure. Comments and likes are always appreciated. We'll roll the intro, and then we're going to get right into this. So here's what's been going on. I have noticed that every time I get out of the shower, I'm itchy. And I've tried all different kinds of soaps and non-soaps, basically. And what I've come down to is the thing that is least bothersome to me is Dr. Bronner's. And so that's what I use. But my arms itch, my legs itch, everything itches. And I don't want to have to put on lotion and stuff like that. I don't like doing all that stuff. It's too much. So I did a bunch of research, and what I decided was that I probably really needed a high quality shower filter to filter the water before it got to me. I use a relatively inexpensive Camco filter when I'm filtering water into my holding tank, my freshwater tank, and then I use the Berkey filter for the water that I drink and that I cook with. So it's getting filtered on that end, a couple of different times. And in the shower, I have been using a shower filter, but it's very small. And you'll see that when we go to take this thing apart, and we're going to be installing a whole new system, which is going to add like 4 pounds to my shower head, I think. Well, probably not quite that much. Maybe I should weigh it just to see. Kind of interesting. So what I decided to do was add a high quality shower filter. That's the first thing, okay? And so that's this part. This is Aquabliss. And it's big and it's heavy. And basically, see if I can do this. It's very well sealed. But you unscrew it, and then you can replace this entire filter. And in fact, I read somewhere that if you've got really hard water, you should actually reverse the filter every so often. I don't remember how often. But then on each end, there is also this cap that unscrews, and then you've got this pre-filter on each end. And you can change those individually so that you're not getting as much of the sediment and stuff into the filter itself. So theoretically, this is supposed to filter and semi-soften the water. We'll see if that really works. Now let's see if I can screw it back on all the way. One more turn. I think that'll do it. Okay, so that's the filter. And then I went to go install it, and I realized a couple of different things. One is, in reading the instructions for the filter, it says that you should not, if you're using a button to turn your water off while you're showering, that shutoff should be before the filter, not after it. Well, mine is on the shower head itself. And then I started thinking about it further, and the shower head that I have currently does have a very small, kind of narrow filter in it, and I've noticed it gets kind of moldy. And I guess it's possible that that would be true for this one as well, but this one's not see-through, so I won't know that. And I also think that using the pre-filters and checking them periodically probably mitigates that. And this is a high-quality filter, and I don't think the one that's in my shower head is actually a high-quality filter. So as I got thinking about all of that, well, then the next thing I needed to do was get a new shutoff. That's this guy. This guy's heavy. This is a very high quality piece of kit right here. So it's got caps on the top and bottom. This end will screw onto the hot and cold water valve that's on the wall, and then the shower hose will screw onto the top, and then to turn the water off, you rotate the lever up. To turn it on, you leave it down. So, and at first I wasn't sure if I was going to put this on the faucet side or if I was going to put it on the filter side as well. But what I decided is, because it's heavy, I think that it will operate smoothly and it won't put undue stress on the faucet valve. I hope I'm right about that. And I really don't want to add any more weight to what's going up where the shower head is. So, having gotten this far along, I decided that not only did I need to, address those things, but let's address a whole new shower head. So this is the new shower head, which has like 8 different, it's a little windy, 8 different settings. And then it's got this whole weird thing, which I'll never use in the RV, I don't think, but you never know. This button on the back activates this. So if you push it one way, it just comes out one thin jet, and if you do it the other way, it comes out in a fan. I don't imagine I'm ever going to use this. I think it's going to just always stay in its center position. But part of the reason I liked this particular shower head is that it claims that the nozzles are antimicrobial, but more importantly, they're easy to just wipe off with your fingers, so any more water residue that comes out, you can keep the nozzles clean pretty easily. Also, it came with a 6-foot hose instead of a 5-foot hose. So that's all the stuff we're going to be putting in. I guess the next thing we have to do is go take stuff apart. Won't that be fun? Welcome to my shower. This is going to be a ton of fun. So I put the camera on my neck, so hopefully you're going to be able to see stuff. This is the existing shower valve, and we're going to remove this. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to install all the new stuff. Now, I've already started by putting Teflon tape on everything except this connection that I'm going to have to clean off. And I got a bucket here on the floor to help catch extra water. Got some, missed some. And there's no Teflon tape on that connection, but I wonder if there should be. So, there's the uninstall. That's pretty simple. That's the old washer. I think we'll just put a new washer on. Okay, so first things, we want to put the ball valve on. And I'm debating whether or not I should put Teflon tape on here, but I think I'm going to go with not to begin with and see what happens. So we're going to put a washer in. Camera oriented well enough that you can see this. Okay, so I got to get this washer all the way down, because part of the issue here, guys, is that we are connecting metal to plastic, and that can cause problems. So I want to make sure that this is seated as far down as I can get it. We may not be doing it this way. We may be doing this between the shower and the thing after all, because it doesn't really want to thread on there. Let's try again. We're tight on room. My concern is cross-threading. Yeah, I can't get a full turn on there, so let's see, how do we do this instead? I think the only alternative we have is going to be to put it on the shower head end. Alright, so enjoy the view of the ceiling. Let's thread this on to here. Okay, so now I'm going to undo the hose end here. Can I attach this? Nope. Well, this is unfortunate. I can't do what the water filter wants me to do. I think I'm going to have to get an adapter to make this be able to fit onto the faucet. So, we're going to deal with this situation for right now. And we're going to start by testing this for leaks. Alright, let's turn the water on and see what happens. I've got a bucket on the ground here. Oh, I guess if I don't turn the water pump on, nothing's going to happen, huh? Okay, well, we're good right there. Yeah, that all appears fine. And there is a pause button on this, so I think that's what we're going to be doing initially, is just trying the pause button there. So let's try the hot water side too. So I think this is the pause button on this side, so it's not going to pause very well. But we're not leaking. Yeah, we're leaking a teeny tiny bit, but we were previously too. So I think we're going to be good with this. I'm excited. Let me know what you think. It actually seems like the head's going to have a better angle for me too. It's certainly taller. I was packing up the extra pieces that I thought I didn't need, and then I realized, see this little bottom piece right here? Focus. Okay, that came with this filter. And by screwing that onto the valve itself, I could then put the shutoff valve on top of it. I still have a tiny leak. I'm not terribly concerned about it. I had a tiny leak from there anyway. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be that big a deal. Also, I don't know if you can see in my bucket or not, but I can see sediment washing through. So I'm actually going to waste a little more water before I shower and try and get as much run through that filter as possible to kind of have it ready to be in service. And I may even need to change the pre-filters before I take my first shower. We'll see. Okay, so how about an update? First of all, I know that was probably kind of hard to wash, but it was the only way that I could figure out to try and get this filmed. The diverter valve, the shutoff valve attached to the hot and cold faucet valve works great. Completely shuts off the water and maintains the temperature. The shower head is awesome. The water filter is awesome. And no more itchy skin. So I am very, very happy with this upgrade. And yeah, the whole shower head unit is now much, much heavier than it was. But it's also at a much better angle. So I really only have to pick it up like to rinse off my legs at the end, because it doesn't hit there very well. And to wait for enough water to run to just rinse my legs off by letting the water cascade down me would take a lot longer. Anyway, I'm very pleased with the upgrades. I'm glad it's all working out well. And of course, I'll continue to test it. I have not yet changed the filters. I'll probably do a real quick, like a short update video on that the first time I change the pre-filters and show how much sediment they accumulated in a period of about a month or so, or a couple of weeks. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. It's been about 10 days since I did this install. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you coming along and checking out what I'm doing here. Hope you're having a great holiday season. This is being filmed just before Christmas, this little wrap up bit. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.